Hi guys, and welcome back to our review on this movie right here.
Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
It has been a while
This is
since.
he's Crazy Zombie, and I'm Pokemon Master.
All right. But like I said before, like was this part? We're doing part two because part one was really long, so we're gonna try to rush, try to get this done as best we can. Um, we left off. Okay, we we're at part where Penny and Sherman and Peabody, they're they're in the way back. Peabody is dishonest. No, he's very cross with Sherman. Would you say so?
Yeah.
But I don't think he needs to be because isn't Sherman supposed to be like he's getting to that age of being if he doesn't if you don't if you here's the old saying live and learn.
Yeah, if you
Sure,
don't
you
make
broke.
mistakes,
You don't
you
make.
don't learn from them.
And if you can't, and you do make mistakes, what's left to learn from them?
Exactly.
I mean, Peabody, you have to understand. Live
People
and learn.
also people are gonna make mistakes,
And it's
and if
anyone.
if you don't make mistakes, then where's the life lesson?
Yeah, there's no life lesson. It's just like, oh, we're just gonna decide on who is who, and that's not how this works. But the idea is that Peabody's crossed with Sherman. Even he says to Sherman, well, no, Sherman says to Peabody, "I'm sorry that I broke the Leo da Vinci's plane," and then freaking Peabody's like, "Well, you should be. You could have been killed, or even worse." And then Penny says, "What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Sherman didn't die, and he is actually pretty good at what he's doing." And Peabody rubs it in both their faces. Sherman destroyed a priceless artifact in history, and Penny's like, whatever. In theoretically, yes, Leo da Vinci's art and his like actual inventions are in the past, and that's actually how we got our technology now with the planes. I understand the concern of how time travel is. I understand that, but Peabody, you're trying to mentor a kid that's trying to be human, and you're acting like he's acting more of a tyrant to him, and not like I understand the father and son thing, but the thing about with Peabody is that he's way too overprotective. Well, that's the idea. He's way too overprotective to Chris Sherman. He needs to like let him do what he needs to do. He's a kid, Sherman. He's a kid, Peabody, and he's gonna have
You need to
problems.
you need to let him
Like, like, like
you
what?
need to let
Like,
him
you remember
open
when
his
Leo?
wings and soar.
You remember when Leo da Vinci said it was like he's not a dog, Peabody. He's a kid. He has a human. He has just let him let him be and do what he thinks is the right choice.
Just let him
Go,
open his wings and soar.
yeah. But Peabody doesn't want to do that. So they have then Penny says to Peabody. Well, yeah, she says to Sherman, "Why didn't you have you told Sherman that Miss Grunyon's trying to take Sherman away from you?" And then Sherman's like, "Is that true, Mr. Peabody?" And she's like, "No, Sherman, I will not let that happen." And it's just not okay. I understand people Penny's like idea of she's trying to get over Peabody's nerves, but the way she said that was a bit off. It just sounded like she just mocked him
Yeah,
and badly.
very badly.
Like as if she knew. Wait, how the fuck does she even know that like Grunyon's actually going to get rid of Peabody with Sherman? She didn't. She wasn't. She wasn't there at the conference, right? Does that make sense? Penny
That makes no sense at all.
Penny was physically not there during the actual like thing with Sherman, and
With
that's
Mr.
actually
Peabody.
with Peabody and Grunion. Yeah, they mentioned the bite for her, but physically that wasn't a bite. That was just someone just photoshopped that thing and just said, "Oh, she bite." Because if you see Penny right now, do you see a bite on her arm?
No.
No.
Unless they clean it up.
But that would take a long time to heal. You probably have a scar. I know it's a cartoon, but we're gonna have some realism in it. But you're gonna have to have something that makes sense in our world. You know. Okay. So, anyways.
They're about to get sucked into a black hole.
Well, basically, the idea is that the space time continuum is starting to collapse, and I believe it's because since Sherman broke something in history, he kind of created a black hole because he broke history. Correct? Like he
Mm-hmm.
destroyed it. You say you think it's not. I think it is because if you think about it, if you've seen Paradox from Ben 10, the idea is that time flows in a river. If you disrupt it, you're gonna have anomalies, and if you have anomalies, then you have these black holes or things that come out of it. I don't know if you remember that creature from the Ben 10 Alien Force
Yeah.
episode. That was not supposed to be there. And that creature was made of time. Because if you try to hit it, you turn old. Like Kevin.
Like, like, hey, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened to my teeth?
Yeah. And then Mr. Was it Paradox takes Kevin into a corner, and then they say we're gonna meet on the other side, and then they meet on the other side, and he's back to normal. It's like, what the hell? I understand that the Paradox is like that dude that can do that, but man, does that look magic to them.
Yep.
Anyways, Peabody, they're like they're about to be sucked into the horizon. Peabody has to find a way to get them out by using jets to fundamentally just like propulsion their jet. He's gonna basically rocket them forward so that way they could get out of the suckness of the black hole. Um, and
Which
while
they
they're
do.
and while they're doing that, Sherman is having an argument with Peabody. It's like because Sherman says to Peabody, "Why did you not tell me about Grunion taking me away?" And it's like, Sherman, first of all, you're fucking gonna die, and second, do not try to make a conversation while you're about to die. I understand that this is supposed to be tragic, but this sounded like something that's cringe. I cringe that part whenever
Like,
I see it. It's like I understand it's supposed to be intense, but it's not really intense. It just sounds lazy.
it's like,
He's like, why did you not tell me that Grunion was taking me away? It's like, shut up.
you're about to die.
Yes, and if you don't, Peabody's not gonna save you. But Peabody, like, he he treats his son, like I said, overbearing. He's way overbearing with his son. And what I mean by that is that he doesn't really like. At first, he's like, what did I not tell you? What did I not tell you?" And Sherman's like, "You didn't tell me about Grunny taking away from me." And Peabody's like, it's not your call for what's to happen. And it's like, then Sherman's like, you didn't think I could actually, you know, do anything, Peabody. I could do stuff. And then like Peabody's like, we'll discuss this when we get back. So let's just sit down. He's like, I don't want to sit down. I want answers. And Peabody just says to him, Sherman, sit. As a dog, say. No
Like,
wonder. Okay, you know what? I take it all back from Penny. Penny is kind of right because fucking Peabody is telling Sherman to be a dog. Because he literally just said, Sherman, sit. It's Peabody. You're not trying to turn this kid into a dog. You are his father, your adopted father, to be, his father from birth, from when you found him. You are not some sort of caretaker for him to be a dog. That did not you didn't do that. The court said, "Are you able to even be with this kid? Are you able to do it?" And you said to them, "I felt that he needed support like I did." Then if you feel like you have support for him, don't treat him like he's another person.
or another dog.
Yeah. Even Sherman says, you can't tell me what to do all time because I'm not some sort of dog to you. And then Peabody's like, what did you just say to me? And he says, I'm not a dog. And Peabody's like, no, Sherman, you're not. You're just a really bad boy. It's just like the way they say that. It's like it's not argument. It just sounds cringe. It sounds stupid. It
It
sounds
sounds
like
wrong.
it does sound wrong, and it's just that even Sherman feels horrible when Pete Boy says that, as if he's like saying to his son, "I don't want you anymore," which
Which
is
is
really sad. And it's honestly at this point I would be like, "Fuck you." I don't care if you're my father, even if you're my adopted father. You treat me like that, fuck yourself. I don't. It's like I understand his.
screw you.
I understand his dilemma with Sherman, but the thing is that he's doing way too far with the parenting. He needs to chillax, and that's the idea in this movie. It's all about fundamentally the idea of family, but using the idea of family for Peabody to be the father to Sherman to grow up and actually do things on his own is hard for anyone to get through that, you know?
Yeah,
But
things
there's
don't come easy.
no, they don't. It's not everything is a fairy tale for Peabody, so get your ass out of the gutter and start thinking. Anyways,
Get your head out of your ass. It's not a hat.
yes, it's not a hat. It's not a joke. This is something that's serious, and you need to start thinking for your son and stop thinking about yourself. You were an inventor. You were able to invent some invention for shit cows to actually let for people
For cows to
shit into
for,
engines and then allow them to drive. If you're able to do that, then you're able to actually have a normal life with some person, especially if it's a human. It's
and
just
not treat
criticize them like
treat them like they're a dog.
yeah. Well, what the idea is now is that after they had the argument, Peabody was able to use the rockets of the way back, and they were able to get out of the horizon and shoot them into another time stream. What ends up happening is that they crash in a different timeline. They don't know where, and then they notice that Sherman's left because he ran away from Peabody, and
Because he's pissed.
well, no, he's pissed, but he feels betrayed. He feels like his dad doesn't like him anymore. And you know what? I don't mind. I actually don't. I don't.
I blame him.
I don't blame him at all because people act like a total jerk to him. Like,
Yeah.
God. At least, okay, P- Penny was a jerk at first, but she did soften up throughout the movie. But the thing about with Penny was is that her jerkness was a little rude and just didn't make sense for Sherman. But for Peabody, this is a parent trying to act more like a parent to him, but physically he's not. He's not a parent to him. He's just a person trying to protect him, but way too hard.
Yeah, he's going a little bit too far.
And that's why it cost him his kid to go. But anyways, Penny like says, where does Sherman go?" And um, uh, Peabody finds where they are, and Peabody's like, "Oh my God, we're on the brinks of a total, like, he basically says we're at the brinks of like some sort of total war,
Trojan.
Trojan War, the Great Trojan War. If you know what the Trojan War was, it was back in the Roman times with Hercules, right?
Nope. It was about between Troy and Greece.
But Hercules was in Greece, right?
Nope.
Mythology? Wasn't Greece in mythology? Correct? Yeah.
This was not ever dealing with the Greek gods.
But I literally heard the dude say Diomedes. Isn't that something from the Greek gods?
I don't think so.
Well, if you guys can say like that the Rome guys were part of also Greece and stuff like that, so
No, Rome is not part of Greece.
Pompeii is not part of Greece.
Rome is not part of Greece.
That's weird. I
Greece
always
is
thought
its own place.
I always thought that Rome and Greece were the same thing.
Nope.
Okay, okay. Okay, but anyways, the Trojan War, the Trojan War, it was basically Romans. They would cast themselves into a big
There's no Romans. It's the Trojans.
Trojans, but they looked like Romans. They were in Rome like clothes. I've seen Rome people wear those clothes before.
Well, Troy might be nearby Rome. And they probably asked some of the Roman soldiers to help them.
Right. Okay, so basically, the Trojan War was basically about men that would go into a fortified castle, and the way they would do it is they would go with a sneak attack. But the idea, instead of it like, oh, we're gonna just hijack the castle walls and just and hop over the fence. No, they literally built themselves a giant horse and then hid in its ass, and then basically as it went through the castle, they all sprang out and killed a lot of people. It was actually pretty deadly.
Very brutal.
Very brutal. What's interesting is what's funny is that they have to get. Oh my God, who's that good comedian that you said you want to bring up from Emperor's New Groove? Kronk.
Crunk.
No, no. Who's the voice actor? You know?
I'm trying. It doesn't say on the back.
Should. I think it was. I think I'm gonna go with my LM. It is Kevin something. Kevin Warburg. Patrick Warburg. I think that's his name.
Patrick Stewart?
Uh, Patrick Warburg. Yep, that's the dude. He's the one that played Kronk and the guy that It's in here. Don't believe me?
Yep.
He was in the B movie as well. He's the dude that like is like, ah, B, and he tried to hit him with his winter boots.
And he's like,
Something stinks in here. I love the smell of flowers. Yeah? Well, why have you have the smell of flames? Not as much. You know. Anyways, Patrick Wilbur is a great actor. He's the one that plays the
leader of the Trojan army.
yeah, one of the Trojan like army for the Trojan War. Um, they I guess they found Sherman, and then they brought him in, and I like how he calls him Shermanus, which is funny as fuck. It's like,
Well,
are you
it makes
ready,
us,
Shermanus?
which is
Fuck you, Patrick Wilbur. I mean, if you know Patrick Wilbur, he does a great job with comedic roles, and he does a good job in this one. Um, his first lines are delivery pizza, I think. Yeah, it was like spell to delivery. Come on, get in the yes, get in the yes. And they get in there, and then there's a huge amounts of like Trojan people in there, and there was then they kind of like said Archimedes, Timotheus, my man, and like what was funny is that uh, Peabody and Paul and Penny they crafted their own version of a Trojan wooden box,
Trojan horse.
Trojan horse, and then they brought it into the thing. Even he's like,
Nice guy.
Man,
It looks just like
Mendelucius.
ours.
Man, what was the messenger dude's name? It was like some sort of. I'm just gonna call him shit. Uh, Lou Demules. What brings you here? And he's like, we have a present, goodie. It looks like our horse. Should I bring it in? Hmm. I say yes. We can't just leave it outside.
They brought in.
And then
And
it
then-
opens up, and they're like, even he's like, I did not see that come. It's like, dude, you're about to do this, and you didn't see that coming. Come on, you didn't see what was gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna do this already, so it's like, bleh. I don't see how that could be a problem for him. But it's a funny joke. I understand that. I have to ask you, how many poop jokes have we gotten so far? Shit dates. Now we have piggies, a person being shot out of the ass, and now we have a Trojan horse with people in the ass of a Trojan horse. The Trojan army are like in there, and when Penny and Peabody show up, Penny's like, "What is that smell?" And then they're like, and they smell their armpits, and then one of them's like, "That is the smell of victory." And Peabody's like, he says his language. He says like, "Well, fine men of Rome and Greece."
Roman Troy.
Roman Troy. I hope you haven't found someone that would be in disarray for us. And then freaking sure, then like one of them's like, the big guy's like, you know this guy? And he's like, I used to. Then he must be a threat. seize him, and then and then Sherman's like, no, 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 he's my dad, and then like, aww, and it's like, it's, you know what's funny? Sherman doesn't really go with the old like I don't like you. So if he said I didn't like my dad, they would just kill him. I understand they couldn't do that, but I mean, in the fascination of Sherman, if you're gonna be an ass, if you're gonna have no quiet relation with Peabody, you could have had some like person hurt him, at least to show you like I mean business.
Like, like, you screwed me, I screw you.
At least a scratch on the cheek. Can't DreamWorks do that? No. Okay, whatever. Yes, this is made by DreamWorks. Don't believe me? Um, see that logo up there? Just show them the logo.
Right there. Oh crap! I put the wrong finger.
Did you say fuck you?
I showed the middle finger.
Don't worry. As long as it's not. It's as long as it's not like the actual thing. You're fine.
No, actually did this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already saying fuck, so it's not like I'm not saying shit to you. Like fuck you. It's like.
Flip the bird.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so you would funny. He actually did say it. I would love to say Sherman says fuck you, baby.
Flip the bird.
And the Rome and the Trojans are like, I don't know what that is, what we just said, but I love it. Fuck! Fuck, we gotta say fuck all the time. But what happens is that the Trojan army get into the into the fortress, and Sherman is gonna go with them. Everybody's like, no, you're not. You're not gonna go within there. You have no idea what you're doing. You sure you want to do this, Sherman? This is really bad. It's not. This is no some fun and games. And he's kind of right because was a bloody. Oh man, this was like probably the worst from.
You're like,
Would you say this was like worse than the Egyptian like time?
Yeah.
Even Egyptians were gross. Where that marriage was like, oh, we're gonna kill you and then you'll be dead. Rome's in the Trojan world, they were just like hack and slash.
Oh my god.
And just like, no, 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 no. I am happy what we are now. It's just like,
You're like, yeah, no need to be like.
yeah. But Sherman and Peabody, they argue about if he's gonna be going or not, and then he does. He goes with the dude. He really goes down, and the guy does his own model. He's like,
Smell my pit!
no, no, he didn't say that. He says fear my wrath, you Trojan dogs.
We are Trojan dogs.
You know what's fun? He says dogs. Trojan dogs. And then Sherman tries to do it, and he gets not his ass kicked, but it gets the scares out of him. Like it scares the shit out of him.
Smell my victory.
Smell it.
Smell it. And then one of the Greek
they
soldiers
smell it.
just.
Well, the idea is that before that actually happens, Peabody's the one that saves Sherman. He says to Sherman, well, that's cutting it close, don't you think?
Literally.
And then Peabody tells Sherman, this is why I'm your father, Sherman, and I'm the only one that's here to protect you. Don't you understand that? but then Sherman's like, even if Miss Grunion tries to take me away, and then Peabody's like, well, as long as I'm with you, I'll make sure that doesn't happen. I promise you. And I don't know if Penny like smacked Peabody before got to Sherman, because he sounds more like an actual father then, because it actually sounds like he respects him more. Because it just sounds like someone like in the foreground smacked Peabody 4 times and then got his sense back together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
it'd be like
the first stuff, like he argued and then boom, he's okay. Foreground gets smacked. He's like boop 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 boop.
like
No, we're not. You didn't smack me. Even if you did, that would hurt. Let's probably do this. Like that.
and you just picked your soda.
So what? Do it. I dare you. No.
Oh!
You exploded the soda because it was still. At least it did hit my computer.
Yep.
It got all over your controllers. No.
Well, at least it's liquid.
You have been eating all the popcorn. I barely have any. Oh man.
Oh, and somebody got on my hat.
Soda got into the popcorn.
What?
There's drips of it in there now.
Okay.
That's why mine was shut when I did that. So, anyways,
I got the blanket, got my hat.
anyways,
Back to where we were.
Sherman and Peabody, about to go back up to the top to get to Penny, but then the Trojan horse starts to move on its own, and it causes it going down the hill, and basically, Sherman and Peabody have to find a way to stop it because if it keeps going, it's gonna basically rear off to the edge of the cliff and fall into the ocean. So Peabody he goes onto a horse, grabs a rope, then going on top of a building. He then uses his third sense, finds the perfect projectile and the perfect angle, just so that way they could grab hold of the tail of the horse, the Trojan horse, wooden horse, and then literally do like kind of like a grapple hook sort of way.
More like. So, if you guys ever seen Indiana Jones,
Oh, great, you got it. Oh, the seat. It's I think it's on your blanket too.
anyways, if you guys have ever seen Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones has used his whip as like something to like swing across gaps.
Yeah, like it was like a grapple whip or like a.
No, it's the whip. It is still a whip, but he like, and it wraps, the end of it will wrap around like a branch or something, and then he can use that he can use his whip to swing across a gap.
Right. In all honesty, like people could really do some amazing things, even with like a rope and a horse, and Sherman's with him. It's like it's insane how he's that accurate, and he was able to literally stop the Trojan horse from ending its life down the cliff, and they they
Well,
ride they ride the rope down into the ass of the horse's ass to get Penny, and Sherman's the one that falls on his ass on the ground. Can't do you know how many times I
Mr.
said
P.
ass?
But
How many
Mr.
times?
Peabody, still in the horse's ass, falls
Five
falls off the
times.
cliff.
No. We'll get to that point, but we're still Sherman and Penny are reunited. They say Peabody's like, all right, now let's go back home and get and tell everyone that this was just a misunderstanding and all that stuff, so we can just do what we can. Um, I need to wash your hands because you got oil and wash hands all over your hands. I mean, that's the reason I told you to not do it before. Well, I told you to do it, but not to like do it if it was open or not. You're bad, I guess. But like,
Oh,
anyways, the idea is that Penny gets her skirt caught, which I'm always wondering. That's the one thing I've always a fuck up with that. It's like, why do girls wear long skirts? Because they know that it's gonna get caught on shit.
well, it's more of like her wear the thing that she was wearing
Yeah.
while they were in ancient Greece and
You just
the
told me it wasn't Greece.
well, the location where that is Greece.
And I was right about the Greece. It was Greece.
No,
You
it's the
Trojan War was in Greece. You just said
yeah,
it there.
yes, but the people who were in the horse were Trojans.
So you know it was taking place in Greece. It was based off Rome.
No, it was the war between the war between Troy and Greece.
Okay.
And
Why
do
is it?
not
Why is
mention any of the Greek gods.
wasn't someone said that their dad was like half like a bull and a human?
It's a Minotaur.
Yeah, that's a that's a that's a god from
Nope.
mythology. Correct? Isn't the Minotaur from mythology?
Yes, but it's not. Doesn't have to do anything with gods.
Minotaurs were in mazes. Mazes were with with Medusa, and that would be Hercules. Because Hercules is the one that kills Medusa.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, it does because he kills her because of the shield he has. Remember, the story goes is that
That was Percy Jackson.
no, in the actual real world, Hercules went to kill Medusa because Poseidon told him to do it. In our world, that's how it worked.
That was Percy Jackson.
That's from a movie. We're they're talking about or like the idea of our mythology. I guess you haven't really like seen much Hercules or anything like that. It's fine. Anyways, uh, she gets her shirt or her like her costume on like some tags and Sherman's like gonna help her, but then Peabody's like, wait, no, Sherman, causes her to. Uh, it causes him to do something drastic. He makes them. He sacrifices himself, and the way he does it, he hits a board that springs both him and Sherman and Penny out, but it makes Peabody die. Similar thing.
Well,
We don't like they think he died, but we know he didn't. But they actually make it pretty tragic. Why are you in blankets? It's you could still we when we did the first part, you were in blankets.
I know. I was just feeling a little. Just need to be a little comfy. Anyways,
There, so people can see you. So, Sherman feels like he feels sorry. He let Peabody die physically in the way he sees him. I mean, could Peabody survive that? The way he fell, it fell into sharp rocks and broke apart.
and it,
Yeah, I don't. I almost feel like he didn't survive that.
but apparently he did.
I know, but just like, but the thing is that it's just that no one can survive that fall.
Like,
If it's
especially from that height.
a Trojan horse could have maybe suppressed the fall, but even still, Peabody could have had a broken bone. At least one of his legs. You know, like it's very, 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 very close to point of that. Anyways,
Or even fractured his spine.
yeah, could have fractured his spine, his dog spine. Um, Penny feels kind of sorry to Sherman. Sherman says, "What am I gonna do, Peabody? What should I do?" And then Penny's like, "There's nothing you can do, Sherman." And Sherman thinks, Penny, yes, there is. So Penny is like, what we gonna do? We're gonna get Peabody." And then of course, Penny's like, "What are you talking about?" And Sherman's like, "We're going back to way where when Peabody was around, so that way, like everything will be back to normal, and everything. What he believes is he wants to go back in time, back to where they were, where everything started, and hopefully nothing will be anything
But
different. But the thing is,
you know,
we go no. Sherman was the fucking person that told Denny we do not go back to time before something happens because you know why?
because there'll be two of you.
Yes, I don't understand the writing for this script because Sherman sounds like an idiot when he does this, and even when he does, he doesn't know why he did it. It's like you did it because you were wanting to have Peabody back. All you had to do is just go back, and if Peabody would show up. I don't get the. I really don't get it. I seriously do not get what was wrong with that sort of agenda. But, anyways, they go back to the time where Peabody was there, and when Peabody sees both Sherman and Penny there, but they're dressed in like Roman garb, grease stuff, he's like, "Penny, Sherman, what are looking at? And you used the way back." And of course, Peabody, then Sherman's like, I know, I used the way back." And then he's like, "Why? Why did you use it?" And he's like, and then Penny's like, "Because he wanted, Penny's like, uh, because I wanted to know about George Washington, and I took her." to to George Washington. Then I came back, and then you and me went to Egypt to go and get her, and then we went to see Leo da Vinci, and then we had a little argument, and then after that, like we went to the Trojan War, and then after and during that you died, and he's like, I don't, what I died? That doesn't make sense.
I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe that. And you know what? That's kind of funny. He doesn't believe that he died in that world because if he died, Peabody wouldn't actually exist because Peabody wouldn't exist at all. So even if you did go back in time to where Peabody was, you couldn't do that because he would literally be dead from the time. Correct? Timeline?
Yeah.
So Sherman, you're an ass and you're an idiot. He's more of an idiot than he thinks he is. Because he's so dumb and he doesn't understand what his fucking dilemma is when he goes with time. And what's really bad is that
He doesn't think straight about it.
I understand we need to go live and learn, but it's not live and learn if you're doing stuff like that.
Or like the song, "Live and Let Die." Bum, bum, bum. Live and let die.
Ace man.
Bum, 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 bum,
Mr. Poopy Pants.
Professor Poopy Pants.
Yes. Anyways, Sherman says we had to go back in time to see you again, and Peabody's like, I told you not to come back in time when a previous person is around. And he's like, I know, but at least the other money is back in the other world. And then, whoopie-doo, past Sherman just shows up. And he's just like, whoa, what the? Who are you?
I'm you.
And then like, Peabody's like, he's you from another timeline. And of course, past Sherman's like, I thought you, I told you, but I thought you told me not to go through another timeline, or because there'll be two of me. And then Peabody's like, exactly. I understand the frustration with this because, what the hell? It's like, this became so awkward. It's so weird. It's like it's not even funny. It's weird, and it gets in weirder because,
And then
Grunion shows up.
And then Mr. Peabody, the actual Mr. Peabody.
No. Like we're forgetting a little bit of those things. The parents show. The parents are like, "So, are you guys dressed? Why are you dressed like Roman Greek guys?" And then Peabody's like,
"No, basic toga party."
Yeah, it's a toga party. And Peabody's like, "Yeah, a toga party." And then Grunion shows up, and it's just like you could tell this scene got like weird, like
it
super
like,
weird.
It went like,
But here's the thing: Grunion showed up. It almost feels like it was done on purpose because she should have showed up before Penny got to the place because. If we're talking about how long they've been gone, recently they've probably been gone for only 15 minutes in the time world. But the thing is about with the thing about the world of this world, it looks like people will only show up when things just happen. And when they do happen, it's just odd and weird.
And your timing was off.
Yes, very bad. Grunion is very stoked. She just says she literally is like just there, and then all of a sudden Peabody's like, "Oh, you're here for the party," and then Grunion's like, "No, I'm not here for the party.
I'm here for the investigation."
And he's like, "Oh, cool, good." And then he tries to do the old trick that he did for the parents, but for some reason Grunion is immune to that. It's like, hell is she? She's not a creature, but she acts like something that's not even from this world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's like
she
she's a mindless being.
she can't even like be hypnotized, which is even weirder. But anyways, Sherman, the past Sherman, gets hypnotized, falls on his ace.
No, he falls on his face.
I thought it was ace. Well, maybe he did,
No,
but
actually, no.
he's crawling on the other side to making sure no one sees him, and then he tries to sneak away, but then as like Peabody's almost to make her hypnotize, it fails and decides to hypnotize him instead, and he falls asleep.
Um,
But he does
and
fall
then,
on his ease.
but you're missing something.
What?
A little bit before, a little bit after, before. I think it's before
Mm-hmm.
that happens.
Mm-hmm.
The the Trojan Mr. Peabody shows up.
No, because it's after it had been after like he got like yeah it was basically after he sleeps Grunning's like Sherman, and then he looks, wait, Sherman, and then the actual parents are like, okay, Peabody, there's two Shermaros, what's going on here? And then the other Peabody's like, Sherman, I have to get you out of here. No, I think he's like, Sherman, don't touch yourself. It's like, one, gross. Two, what the hell was you talking about? And three,
How are you not dead?
yes. Sherman even says, I think you died. And then, of course, Sherman's Peabody's like, I didn't die. I just basically, I survived and I was able to make a functional way back using sticks and twigs that he found. Which is like, what? He made a small time little machine to get back? Is that even possible?
And how is he? How did he be able to find twigs and sticks?
Yeah,
Unless he uses parts from the Trojan horse.
Yeah, but the thing is that is made of wood, not sticks.
And also not twigs.
I don't understand that. That doesn't make no sense. I understand he's smart, but he's not Einstein. He's not the Einstein.
He's not the Einstein level.
He's not like Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron could like build anything from scrap, and Peabody would take years to do that. But anyways, Peabody, even Grunning's like she just starts scribbling in her thing. I have no idea what she's been scribbling there. It's just like she just scribbles. It's just like
He's just drawing down notes.
yeah, and these notes are like stupid shit.
Like
It makes no fucking sense. This movie like has gotten to be the weirdest, interesting story, but God, the characters sometimes make me cringe.
and they're all fucked up.
Yes, they are. They are. I mean, Grunion especially. I
Yeah.
don't mind. I don't mind Peabody and Sherman. They are cool. I like their chemistry as father and son.
But Miss
But
Grunion?
Grunion can suck it. They can, fuck you. Suck it. Suck your ass. Anyways, Grunion is still writing her notes. Peabody is talking to Roman Sherman, and then basically Peabody tells the others that they need to go because if they don't, they could upset more of the time. And what I hate about Grunion is that she doesn't understand anything what's going on here, and it doesn't make any sense to even have her in this right now. It makes no sense. I understand it's supposed to make things intense, but it just made it just sound she's acting like the total ass and stupid head because she doesn't understand that there's literally time at stake, and if you mess with that, you're gonna break it, causing a lot
And
of shit to happen.
and she
She's
found
the
that
one.
out the hard way.
Yeah, basically, she tells Sherman and Peabody that I found you are not going anywhere because uh I have enough evidence that you are not supported for either of these Shermans, and they'll be coming with me right now. And then, as she grabs both of them, uh, Peabody's like, "Mr. Grundy, no!" And then they start to fuse, and then Sherman is trying to get out of that, and they even well, actually, before that actually happens, Sherman and other Sherman tries to touch each other first, and they hit each other, they go like, "Ow!" And it's because even Peabody's like, "See, we can't have two Shermans in the same world. It brings too much attention to this to our reality." So after Grunion does it, it makes it even worse, where both Sherman
And Peabody.
and Peabody from that war past are also trying to get the other Shermans to be separate, but then they get squished together into basically a bundle ball, and then explode with whatever time, whatever like it had been a time paradox, something like that, and then they explode, and then they come back out, and then Sherman and Peabody look the exact same. Peabody has his glasses and his bow, and even Sherman has his white shirt and black pants. And what's weird is that the, the parents are absolutely inferiorly stupid. They say, "What just happened? Where did the other two go?" And Peabody's like, "Our fundamental duplicates came together and created a time paradox that basically warped fabric of time, and we're just the ones that came out of it alive." And then he says, "I guess that makes sense." And then Grundy is the worst. It's just like Grundy's like, "Oh, what just happened? Well, I know it was bad." It's just like, Grundy, fucking shut up. I would want someone to smack her in the face.
But Mr. Peabody,
No. The idea is that I understand Mr. Peabody's actually action from what she's doing, because she's not understanding what the fucking behavior is going
she
on.
she's like
She
she's like
she literally saw.
screw what's going on.
You're going with me, Sherman. It's like she doesn't care at all of what any of this timeline at all. And if you don't care, then you shouldn't be in this world then. It's
So
night and day.
fuck you, Miss Grunion.
Sherman.
Fuck you.
So Sherman is like because Grunion is grabbing hold on Sherman. Sherman is like, "Let go of me," and she's like, "No, you're coming with me." And then
Mr. Peabody
this causes Peabody to kind of go feral for I think it's like at least a couple seconds, and it causes him to bite her. But I think I know why, and I believe it's because not because of self defense, it's because it's a reality check on her because she doesn't understand that time itself is a looping bond. You forget that because if you don't, you're an ass to yourself.
and you're screwing everybody. So again, fuck you, Miss Grunion.
Yes, it's absolutely nuts what she is and what she wants. And it's just like, I don't care about the timeline. I just care about who is trusting you with Sherman. So what ends up happening is that she gets decision to say Grunion tells herself, "He bit me," and then all of a sudden she gets all serious and says, "He bit me," and then she calls the police officers, even with the pet patrol, to go and basically make a police call for Peabody that he's bitten her. And physically, yes, but in all reality, that was not for self-defense. That was for a reality check, and you need to know about it because you're an ass. A
Yeah,
fucking
she's a
ass.
fucking ass!
And she's even more of an ass by treating it like it's bad enough as he is. So what's happening is that Peabody, Penny, and Sherman run, and they go back into the way back, and they basically have to. They basically decide, well, we're just gonna go back. We're just going to time, and we're gonna go back in the past. But what ends up happening is that when they try to go into the timeline, because of their blow up with the two Shermans, they create a paradox, and it's starting to cause all the timelines to actually merge into their world, all of them. And if they don't do anything quick, their world will be literally destroyed from the time. And but because of that, I don't like this scene where Sherman, Peabody, and Penny are in the Wayback, and Sherman's the one that is freaking out, but Peabody's trying to find out a way to get back into the timeline. But is he that stupid that he literally just says to even Peabody, Peabody, Sherman, and Penny that their time duplicates made a paradox, and that's why time is starting to come through. Why are you that dumb to think that they can get through the timelines? You can't do that because everything is going back in the past. Peabody, are you stupid? Are you smart?
You're either one or the other.
And I don't think you're either. Like, you're neither smart or dumb, but you're just an ass to yourself because you don't understand what you're saying sometimes.
You are fucking messing around with yourself.
And sometimes that doesn't make any sense. And then they got all the original guys from the movie, like the guy that wears undies that are love pants.
The
They got King Tut. They have the Trojan people. They even got Leo da Vinci, Abraham. All the people are starting to come through into our
Thomas
modern
Edison,
Thomas Edison in the modern day. It's
Albert Einstein.
yeah.
Actually, no, not Thomas Edison. George Washington.
No, those Thomas Edison, remember? And then there was like another one which was about levitation, and there was what was it Einstein was in there, yeah,
Yeah.
because they had an Einstein joke on the street. It was like he says
Hey, I'm walking here. Move out of the way, Einstein. Hey, I'm literally walking here.
and it's like that is literally Einstein. You idiots.
You fucking idiot.
These people are dumb. And according to the actual transcript of the Simpsons movie of this, they wanted it to be dumb because they wanted to be aesthetic, to be different, to be realism, to Back to the Future. I understand that, but you're trying to be synthetic to history. People shouldn't be that dumb to actually know about their own history.
Like, and also not make it seem like a joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's a fundamentally idea to the movie. But the idea is that Peabody and Sherman and Penny, they're flying around. Even there's helicopters chasing them and stuff like that. And Grunion is still chasing them. And then the Trojan
But they're
horse,
in a car.
yeah, they're in a car. The Trojan horse comes through and breaks on the ground, and they smash through the side. And then Patrick Warburton's character is like, "What kind of creature are you?" And then the car rolls down, and then Grunion's like, "The name's Grunion," and then he's like, "I'm in love." I'm like, okay, that's kind of sweet, but just like,
Like,
I understand because it isn't Grunion the same as onions for here for Patrick Wilbur because
or
like
like groin.
Miss Mrs. Grunion for more onions for the Patrick Wilburn character. I'll bring you more onions, sir.
No, I'll bring you pizza with onions on it.
Gross. I mean, if it was just onions, that would kind of be gross. Okay, so
Onions on pizza is not really that bad.
no, I know, but like if you had, I meant like a pizza that had no cheese and it was literally just onions. Onions replaced the cheese, the sauce, the meat. It was just an onion pizza. Could you eat that?
Oh!
I didn't think so. Well, like I said,
But where's the protein?
there's none. Anyways, the Wayback does, for some reason, the Wayback, it's flying towards the park, and there's a helicopter. It passes them. Peabody tries to slam on the brake. He slams too hard. They crash in the middle of the park, and it is basically down. And even the people that are they're gonna say, and Patrick Rumor's like, don't worry, Shamandis, we're going to get you out of this big egg or apple thing. And then the police officers show up, and then one of them's like, put down the saber, or he will put down that saber, because he doesn't know what a sword is. He thinks it's a Star Saber, like from Star Wars. It's a fucking sword, police officer. What is wrong with the society? Even, what was his fucking name? The dude, them glasses. He's like, I don't pray on no man. Namaste, namaste, namaste. And even, but then the weird thing is that the Greek Trojan people know what a freaking taser is. Because he says, don't taser, bro. What?
What the fuck?
They knew about tasers? That doesn't make no sense.
They're from the past.
They shouldn't know what that is. I understand it's a movie, it's a kid movie, but you gotta tell yourself that does not make any sense for the idea of history.
Yeah, like you're from the past.
Yeah.
How can you freaking know what a taser is?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes no sense at all. Makes no fucking sense. Okay, I need to stop saying fucking.
But anyways, the police officers tell Peabody that if you don't get your little egg, we're gonna have to brute force you out. So he gets out. They even Peabody tries to tell everyone, you don't understand. If I don't try to stop what that is up there, it's going to literally destroy our reality, our world, our time. And fucking Grunion says to him, like an ace of an ace, oh boo hoo. For years, you have been using your power of technology to use what you think is right, and look where it's got you. All your little fancy gadgets are just as tight as your own bow tie in your glasses. And I'm like, fuck you. He's the one that makes your technology. He's the one that's actually trying to help.
You're being a fucking ass!
A bitch.
Oh.
Just an ass and a bitch combined.
A fucking bitch ass.
Yes. Like we said before, she's way up, and she needs to go all the way down to her level of being a nice person, but she's not.
She's a fucking bitch ass.
Yes. She they even tried to forcefully get Peabody into a dog. They noose him. They try to noose. They do noose him, and they're gonna drag him into one of the cages. And even Sherman tries to stop this. He tries to say, "Stop! Give him their chance." And of course, Gurney's like, "He's had many chances. This is his last one." But then Sherman's like, "But he's not the one that messed up. I'm the one that messed up. I'm the one that used the way back. I'm the one that went in time. The only thing that Peabody made a mistake was me." And then Granny's like, "You're absolutely right, Sherman. What kind of dog needs a human to be with?" And then there's a line that I like in the movie where Sherman says, "You know what, Grunion? You may be right about one thing, but you're wrong about another." She's like, "And what's that?" "I'm a dog too. If being a dog means risking your life or saving the world or knowing that someone cares for you and that always will be on your side, then I'm a dog too." And this causes every single one of the humans to actually say that. And what I like
And
about that,
and the one guy's like, I'm a dog too. I didn't want a dog.
well, what I like about this line is that he finally realizes that Peabody is his father, but he's also his one person that is taking care of him. And he finds out that if anyone needs a second chance, that anyone is special. Anyone's special. No matter who they are, and no matter what they do, there is someone in their life that is special that protects them, and that's what I like about that message.
And
That
then
the idea that yeah, that I'm a dog, and it's not and it's he's the idea that like now instead of being like a mock or a threat or being an idiot or kind of being a jerk to someone, it's actually like it's a metaphor for I respect what people are. I respect for what we do. We are freaks. We are a freak of nature. We're the ones that actually live in our world, but we all try to help as best we can. And even knowing Peabody is not one of us, he is still special, and I believe in him. And we are all like him. We all make mistakes. We all build stuff. We all try to fix what we can. Every single one of us has an actual job, and we do what we can to make that job work. Because if we don't succeed. We don't function. We don't survive. Make sense?
mm-hmm.
Um,
And then Miss Grundy's like, fine, you're all dogs.
but then you can't change the law. And then then Penny's
Then
like,
Penny's like,
I
I know
know.
someone who can.
And
And then
President George Washington shows up. And he says to, even they were like, whoa. Everyone was like, what the? She,
mind.
yep. Um, George Washington says to them, we honor our families and friends for doing the good in our world. And I believe that we need a respectful eye on the people that we trust as others and for people that are different than us.
And
I
that's
see no legal meaning to allow a person like someone that's special to be handled like someone that they shouldn't be.
and I see that all humans and dogs
Are alike,
are alike.
especially Peabody.
And Abraham Lincoln's like,
I've done worse.
Thomas Edison's like, same here.
So this
No,
causes.
it's Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, it was Thomas Jefferson, and then the police officers they take off the leash from Peabody, and they Peabody hugs Sherman, and then Penny's like, "I'm a dog too," and kisses him. Sherman got kissed by a girl, which you gotta say,
He deserved it.
he deserved it. He grew up. He finally grew up, and Peabody respects that. I mean, then the big giant holes gets bigger, and it starts to even throw even more stuff. It throws the actual Sphinx into our world, and the
And the nose
nose
falls off.
falls onto Grunion. And I'm like, that's what we wanted. Someone to shut her up.
Someone or something to get her to shut up.
And what better be a nose?
A front eight.
It's like Timus Up said, shut up.
Like, Time said, shut the fuck up, you bitch ass.
Yes. But another thing is that it's starting to get even bigger and bigger, and it's gonna, if it does get bigger, the world is gonna collapse. So, Peabody's like they're all like, well, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? And then like Peabody's like, we're standing around with the crowd of the greatest people of the world of everyone. If anything is possible, you guys will be able to figure a way to like help. So then they try, they talk about like the idea of them. We could just use some sort of a pulley system to smash it. And then Kronk, or the guy that sounds like Kronk, said, "Why don't we go up there and punch that hole in the face?" And I'm like, okay, that's funny. And then Sherman's like, "Wait, Peabody,
I have an idea."
no, Peabody's like, Sherman's like, Peabody, I have an idea." And then Peabody finally says, "Yes, Sherman, what is it?" Sherman's like,
Why not go into the future?
Why don't we go into the future?" And then Peabody's like, "The future?
Yeah, I've never been there.
I've never been there, and it's probably better than here."
And it's probably not that messed up.
Yeah. And then Peabody's like, "Sherman, do you know what you said?" And he's like, "Not really." And he says to everyone, "It's exactly what they were talking about.
But exact opposite.
The exact opposite. The idea of using both positive and negative. If we set the way back at the future at the right moment, we'll be able to revert our polarities back and rewind time, allowing things to go back to normal."
And
Of course, Kronk's like, okay, what does that mean? And then Sherman's like,
we're gonna go punch that hole right in the face.
Yes.
He's like, yes.
Yes. And
Sherman's like,
and then Peabody's
like, Sherman,
you're a
genius.
And then what was his name? Lena Vinci's like, "But how far how fast do you need to go, Peabody?" And Peabody's like, "Just enough, like about probably, I would say, a minute, and we'll just sling back our way back home." So they Peabody.
And then there's like someone who's working at all the math.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember who that was.
Yeah, I think that was Einstein.
No, that was Edison. No.
Rosenberg? Rosenwald?
I can't remember.
He's the one that does the levitation theory. But anyways,
Um,
the idea
um,
what?
um, Sir Isaac Newton.
Okay, yeah, Drake Newton. Yeah, he's the one that did the idea that gravity pulls us down and things go up. So you're gonna have to use something to withstand gravity and not pull yourself down. But anyways, Peabody and Sherman they go into the Wayback. Even Penny's like, as he goes into the Wayback, don't worry, Penny, I'm a genius, and then he falls on his butt again.
No, falls on it.
His age.
He falls on his face and like, I'm a
Genius.
genius.
And then Peabody says, Sherman, while I'm making the adjustments to get the Wayback to go to the future, I need you to go on the controls, and I need you to drive this thing. And then Sherman's like, okay. Well, he kind of nods. That's the idea. And then he goes to the controls, grabs the controller, and he starts to actually steer. And they make it seem like he now knows what to do. He knows how to function this thing. And they actually.
Because he's been watching Mr. Peabody.
Yeah, he knows how Peabody does it, so he's known how to do it himself. And they, Peabody is like, Sherman goes around a couple stuff. There's pieces of Greek coming through, and even the Titanic. You saw that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And Sherman's like, going, is going, and Peabody says, if we're gonna reach the future, Sherman, we need to hit the maximum speed of the Wayback as much as we have to, as much as the thing can take. You ready, Sherman? And then Sherman's like, I'm ready, Peabody. And they start rocking it up towards the portal, and they start to basically shove all their power into the Wayback as much as it can, as much as power it can actually use, and basically see if they can do it. And it starts to even crack. You see how power and I'm wondering why is it cracking? Is it because like the amount of force is happening on the thing itself, like when time is fast forwarding, stuff is going back. So is it like the gravity of the time is like almost trying to split the Wayback apart because they're going quicker, but it's gravity pulling them further down? Because the time is going fast. It's fast forward, not rewinding. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it's because of that. Probably, maybe it is. If it is, then I'm right. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm talking about. But they literally go so fast that Sherman says to Peabody, "Now, Mr. Peabody, not yet, Sherman. Keep going." And then they keep going more and more, and then it starts to crack. And then Sherman's like, "Now," and then Peabody's like, "Almost there." And then Sherman's like, "Anytime," and then Peabody's like, "All right, Sherman, now, now." So then Sherman slams the button, and they basically revert the polarity and cause time to start to rewind and go back. And after that happens, all of them start to go back to their timelines. Even Grunion goes with the freaking dude to the Greece era. And I'm like, yeah, fucker, go into time.
You deserve it.
Yes, you deserve it. Badly.
You fucking bitches.
And we don't have to keep playing that anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, they after the portal shrinks and explodes, everyone is wondering if Peabody and Sherman are gonna come back. They're not sure if they are, they're thinking that they died.
Penny's like, "Come on, Sherman."
Come on. And then after that, then they hear this, and then boom explosion, and
The way back comes shooting out.
yeah, as a firework, and both Peabody and Sherman are like they both go oh as they both soar through the sky, and um, Sherman just says he just nods, and then they fly into the sunset as the all the people are now happy that Peabody and Sherman are back and stuff like that. And then the last bit of the movie, which I'm very happy with, is that Sherman keeps he makes Peabody, he tells Peabody all the stuff he needs to do at the house. Remember, you have to if you want to watch something, you can watch some TV. And when you go to work, just make sure you don't do anything dumb. Otherwise, they could probably much have some bad times with you. And Peabody's like, yes, Sherman, I understand. And it's funny how that they turned that around. It went from Sherman with Peabody to Sherman. It's no Peabody with Sherman to Sherman with Peabody. And before Sherman goes, he says, "I also have a art theater class, and I want you to come over to see me." And Peabody says to Sherman, uh, "Sherman, I just wanted to say," and then and Sherman says to Peabody, "Yes, Mr. Peabody." And then Peabody says to Sherman, "I love you very much, son." And Sherman says, "I have a good understanding for you as well, Mr. Peabody," because he got it from his dad. And then the last bit of the movie is that Peabody says to the actual camera, no doubt about it. Boys will be boys." And I'll be still his dad. And that's how the movie ends, and then credits, and boom. I mean, the movie goes pretty well. I'd say it's a good hour. The movie's about so to say it's how long is this movie?
Huh.
Does it say?
The movie is it does not say.
It's fine. I'll look it up.
Oh wait, it is 92 minutes long.
So basically an hour and 20 seconds.
An
20
hour and
minutes.
32 minutes.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, so an hour 32 minutes, and its story is good. The characters are okay. Penny was a jerk at first, but then she got her shit together. The worst was Grunion, and Sherman Peabody they start to become father and son. It just takes a while, and when it does, that's the idea. It's the feeling of we all make mistakes, and we just need to just let it go, or live and learn, as we all say. Anyways, um, thank you guys for watching this amazing review we did. This did take not that long. Like last time, it was 3 hours long, so we're very sorry about that one. But this is part two, and this is pretty much the end of the review. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And in the near future, maybe Pokemon Master will have his own channel too, and you'll maybe do reviews on Pokemon. Either way, my name is always Crazy Zombie, and I'm out. You?
Peace.
See you later, guys. Take care.